cars have arrived for Caffeine and Octane, the largest monthly car show in America. It's the beach. Fill up on some coffee, top off the octane, and head on down.
Dang, look at this lineup of cars today. I've never seen a Model T camper before.
Wow. Nobody does this to a Kaiser.
It's an auto cycle, but it's got a turbo.
That's turbo.
GM motor, yeah, absolutely.
Dang, are you stoked?
Are you kidding?
You know the classic Autosmith? You know how many
I
cars?
didn't know he had this many.
There's the main himself.
Skip,
Where you been?
I'm ready to go. You ready?
No, you're ready.
You ready?
No, I'm going to be a few minutes. Oh, and this is what you're driving.
This is what we drive?
Right here.
Look at all these cars. We can drive anything we want.
No, you're driving these two.
Oh, the Jaguar, baby. Oh, groovy.
You get to drive this. I'm driving the
I
green
can
one.
deal with the Panos. I like that. Let's do it.
Hey, be careful. These are valuable cars.
Yeah.
Dr. Katz
We
has
got
trusted
you.
us with these cars.
Yeah, we got you.
Come on.
We'll see you in Jekyll.
Jekyll Island, baby.
Be careful.
Man, I need to hang out with Skip more often. I can't believe he loaned me this car. That's the way to get to Jekyll right here.
Look at Brian trying to get away from me. I've been waiting for Jekyll for so long. I just want to get there. But Brian having the lead? Dude, come on, don't. You're supposed to let me have the lead. I'll keep it nice and slow. Jekyll Island, we finally made it. I can't wait. I've been waiting all winter for this. Is that Skip? How can that be Skip? We left him.
And that's why I held the Aston Martin back for myself. 12-cylinder engine, I needed it.
Woo. Made it.
Brian, that was a ride, dude.
It's what I
He
do.
caught
That's
us.
good, right?
Yeah.
How'd you catch us?
You guys took the scenic route.
We did that.
This is the scenic route.
Oh, this is
That-
beautiful.
Come on, let's go see it. Look at all these cars.
Jekyll Island.
It took me by surprise because it is so well done. It sits a lot lower than a Tucker would normally sit, and it's got twin turbos on it. Now, Preston Tucker was a smart guy, but he didn't put twin turbos on his cars. Preston Tucker was a very ingenious man and wanted to create his own automobile company, and the big three wanted to make sure that he didn't. So they did everything in their power to make sure that he was not successful. But in essence, Preston Tucker finished 50 cars because they were too rushed on the end and ran out of money. You the builder?
Yes, I am.
Skip Smith.
Rob Ida.
Nice to meet you, Rob.
Nice to meet you, too.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, when I first walked up on it, I thought it was an original car. Everything looked perfect, but it looked like it was sitting too low, and that was a bit of a tell. Tell me what you've done.
Well, what we tried to accomplish here is, what if a Tucker was as available as maybe a Mercury? And you can go and find one and do a mild custom. Problem is, a Tucker's $3 million.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to go and find one and make a mild custom out of it. So what we've done here is we've made a completely new car, handmade in our shop, to look and feel like an original 1948 Tucker. My history with Tucker goes back to my grandfather. In 1947, he owned a dealership for Tucker in New York City.
It was an original Tucker
It
dealer.
was, yeah. There were about 2,000 or a little bit more than 2,000 dealers nationwide for Tucker. Of course, it wasn't successful because they made 50 cars originally. 47 still exist. Those cars were never sold through dealers. They were auctioned off when they closed and tuckered down.
Right.
So my grandfather always had the desire to have it tuckered. So we started creating tooling and everything that you need to make a car. And this is the third one that we've made. So if you look inside and you notice all the hardware and the trim, it's made to look and feel like a real car. A lot of times when we build a hot rod, we eliminate things like this to slick them out.
Right.
But in this case, we went the other way. We wanted that feeling of an old car. It takes a lot of time to create that and make it look like it belongs. But when you're looking at a car like this, and you see the screws and the garnish moldings, and you see the sheet metal flipped around
That's exactly what I did when I
Yes.
started looking at it. And I said, who in their right mind would customize a tucker?
That's the reaction we want.
Great, because you really did it to me.
Oh, thanks.
I went all over it, and the workmanship is superb. Incredible job.
Did they make very many of these back then?
No, they didn't. There are only 3 in existence.
All I want to do is drive it.
You like going fast?
Oh, I do. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah! So caffeine and octane on the beach, we got a little bit of everything. We got cars and we got motorcycles for the first time ever. And I know I'm not supposed to like my own stuff, but come on. How can you not like 750 horsepower, all carbon fiber, 215-mile-an-hour motorcycle? And with the red kind of goes with these things over here, whatever they are. They're 3-wheel Vanderholms, that's what they are. I like the drag pipes on the side. I like the way they got the suspension laid out. When you're riding down the road, it doesn't look like anything attaches the rear wheel to the unit. This is crafted really nice. So what's the deal here? This is a auto cycle?
It's an auto cycle.
It's
So
like the Polaris.
Yeah, absolutely. But with a classic, timeless look, you've got all the modern technology with a turbo.
That's turbo.
GM motor, yeah, absolutely.
That's turbo.
We brought out a Vanderhall Venice. It's the introductory model into the Vanderhall world. It's just under 200 horsepower, and it's front-wheel drive.
So that's cool. I mean, if it's front-wheel drive, then there's no tire spin at all. Here's the biggest question. So is it powered by a motorcycle engine?
It's actually powered by a GM motor, so it's something a lot of people are accustomed to and have known for years and years and years.
So it's a car motor in that little thing?
Yes, it's a car motor. It's on an aluminum chassis. It's just barely over 1,300 pounds. It's got electric power steering.
It got LED lights, and I guess this is a transcooler? Or is this an intercool? Is this intercool?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? A turbocharged front-wheel drive, intercool, and with the open-wheel cockpit, that is getting it. Listen, all I want to do is drive it. Can we go for a ride? That's all you need to tell me. We can go for a ride.
You like going fast?
Oh, I do. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Let's do it. Turbo. Wait a minute. I just heard like a centrifugal transmission. Yo, I let go of the gas and it like tapped the gas and downshift.
It is
Oh, that is cool.
It's really, really light.
You can feel that.
But again, you've got your front wheel drive, so you're not slipping that back tire. You hit the accelerator, you're gone.
You just feel it push you back in the seat. I would never ride my motorcycle because of something like that. We're right by the water, and you can feel all the breeze.
Ricky, what we want you to do is keep your motorcycle on the track and break the records and win a championship.
And drive this every day.
When you want to chill, you need to hop in your Vanderhall.
Is this crazy or not? Like, Jekyll Island is just a perfect place to have something like that.
It is, Ricky. Even the animals are laid back and have a good time, man.
that was nice. That was a nice little meal. I think I need a little more coffee. Camping out here in my Model T. I feel like I'm a little underdressed. Like maybe I need a button down, maybe an old school hat for my, man, it's a Model T. I can't believe I've never seen a Model T camper before. This is really interesting.
Hi, how are you? I'm Sidra Spees.
Hi, I'm Brian. Nice to meet you.
This is our trailer and our car.
So, did they make very many of these back then?
No, they didn't. There are only 3 in existence. The car that we used is a 1924 Model T Ford, and the camper dates back into the teens. The man that built these in California started in 1915 and built them for 3 years.
So did you guys make this part on the bat, or was it original?
We like to build things that are different, that not everyone has one, and we decided we would build one of our own.
You did a great job. I mean, I was totally fooled.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Oh, people were so little back then. Little bitty people. These T's were so funny to drive, you know. They came from carriages, so they weren't sure how to make a transmission. So they had like a 2-speed deal, but there are 3 pedals. Your gas and ignition are up here, so you're changing spark, you're changing ignition. And I think, do you know, did they have electric lights back then? They were acetylene lights, so you'd have to light little candles up in the front. And then eventually in the T era, they did have some electric lights that they figured out, obviously, that they needed.
They actually used these campers set up in this way during World War I when they were doing maneuvers before they actually went to war. But they were used by the officers out in the field, and they had a place to sleep, they had a desk and a place to cook and everything else in here. And then later they actually used them for hospital wagons. They would put the patients in the back and then transport them to the hospital. So they were in quite a good use back then.
You know, it's been a long day out here camping. I think I'm gonna take a little siesta nap.
Okay,
you know,
you're welcome
retire.
to
It's been a long
use
day.
hours back here.
You know, I've been working hard. Okay, it's not so bad. We'll see you after the break.
Wow, look at this paint job.
1955 Bel Air gas.
Hey, puppy. There is just a little bit of everything out here. Look at this thing. 83 Honda. Oh man, this is great looking. It's this type of thing that really catches my eye today because there's been a tremendous amount of work put into this, a lot of creativity. This is gorgeous. I'm Skip Smith.
Hey, David Mosley.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you.
David.
My son, Dylan.
Hey, Dylan, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Welcome to Caffeine and Octane.
Thank you, thank you.
I've never seen this before. Tell me a bit about it.
Yes, I bought this car from Rutledge Wood. He custom built it.
Uh-huh.
This was his first ground-up build. Wonderful car. It's got an Acura V18 swap with 5-speed. Fuel injection, AC, almost 3 times the horsepower it should have had.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now, this color, people said, what happened here? I said, well, you know, this is actually correct. In the JDM culture in Japan, this color is considered masculine. So, pretty cool.
Really?
Pretty cool, yeah.
Look at this thing. I love the wheels, luggage rack, the Scotch plaid inserts in the seats.
The steering wheel has the older look to it and also has the quick release, so that's pretty neat.
I really appreciate you guys bringing it out. Thanks
Enjoy
a
it.
million.
Enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Good to meet you.
Close enough.
You are so smooth. So very smooth. How's it going, man?
How's it going, my man? Mike Finnegan. Everybody knows this guy.
Good to see you.
Were you playing tennis?
I was keeping the dirt out. You can juggle. You can juggle. No, you can't juggle.
Try again.
Try again.
Can you do it?
No, I won't even attempt it. Okay.
I'm so pumped you brought Blasphemy back.
I drive a 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air gas. I just bought a title and a body, got a chassis from Jim Meyer Racing, married the body and the chassis together, and we had a Gen 2 Hemi. And we just sat it in the frame rails, and then I stood back, sat on my butt in some gravel, stared at it, and cried. And then I spent the next probably year and a half building the Hemi for the car, and then building a roll cage and exhaust and wiring and plumbing. And my buddy David Freiberger and I and my friends did everything on this car. And now I'm just having the time of my life in it.
It's a 528 all aluminum Hemi, you know, basically top fuel type stuff, not the billet aluminum, really expensive stuff, cast stuff, but it is the same Hemi design you would find in a modern race car, but old school.
All right, and so all you're gonna do is ignition on, start it. Once it runs, turn on the water pump because the water pump's electric.
All right. Check.
And just hold it till it runs.
That's only like 3.
Make it to 6.
That is amazing.
Not bad, right?
God, that thing is loud. Whoa, that is awesome.
There's nothing like riding in a chopped car, but a Kaiser, that's the sort of stuff people only think to restore.
Right.
You got any haters out there?
There are way too many cars out here to check out in one episode. Go to caffeineandoctane.com, check out more cars, and obviously get a cool shirt like you have.
Too many cars here, Brian.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's what I just said. Murray Paff is one of Detroit's best designer/builders. He's the crazy man who built the 1959 Imperial Speedster and just left it all alone sitting on the beach. Well, he's back, and this time he's found a worthy custom to tell us about.
Oh, wow. Look at this paint job. Keith, you're usually on the West Coast.
That's right.
What are you doing here?
We moved east.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And you brought Kaiser.
It's a 1951 Kaiser Manhattan Dragon. It's what they call an orphan car brand. So it existed in the late 40s, early 50s, and then dried up by the mid 50s. It's my creation I built in my garage at home. Spent 8 years on it. Turned it into a 2-door from a 4-door. Chopped it with an LT1 350.
I can relate to what you've done. I mean, I built a chopped up car in a garage, and but nobody does this to a Kaiser.
That's true, or an Imperial, though.
Are you right? So why the Kaiser?
My stepdad had about 30 of them. He was a collector. I was about to go to the scrapyard when I got it. He bought it for the interior for $150, so I gave him the $150 and got my car.
It has such a great stance. I mean, you're on the ground and you're dragging. And these cars were kind of awkward with how tall they were.
Oh yeah, the roof was 6 inches higher and a foot longer, almost back to the trunk.
And tell us about the paint. What's the story behind this paint job?
It was painted by a living legend named Gene Winfield. I took it to a shop out in Mojave and we worked on it for 7 months to get it from bare metal all the way to the paint job you see now. It's all House of Color paint. We've got, I think, every tandy and every blue that they make, several pearls and metallics mixed into the base coats and the clear coats.
And this paint job is irreplaceable.
Yeah, it really is. Even Gene admits it'd be very hard to panel match anything on this car.
Oh, such a cool, classic, custom interior. Oh, this is spectacular. I could just see cruising down the boulevard in this. Think we could take it out for a ride?
Yeah, I'll take you for a ride.
You think I could drive the Kaiser Dragon?
Well, you know, I spent 8 years building it. I'm the only guy who drives it for the most part. There's only one other guy who's driven it, and that's Jay Leno, because he asked me to be on his show.
Jay Leno and I would have something in common.
You want to be on that list, don't you?
Yeah, I do now, that's for sure.
Me, Jay Leno, and Murray,
right? So what do you say? I promise I'll be good.
Can I ride with you?
Oh, yeah, right there.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah, cranked right up. Gas is responsive, baby. Oh, Keith, this is like spectacular. I know the sweat that's pouring off of you right now as we head down this road. I mean, this is your pride and joy.
8 years on this thing, every penny I had when I was in college. My first kid came home from the hospital in this.
Oh,
So,
are you serious?
Yeah, Taylor.
Oh, that's spectacular.
He's 6 now. You know, just a car will always keep. It's on a modern chassis, so it does ride decent. I bought a retired police car on eBay one day at lunchtime. $1,500, I think. It was cheap.
Thank God for retired police
Right?
cars.
Hey man, you get an overdrive, you get 4-wheel disc brakes, 4-link rear end, all the stuff hot rodders spend a bunch of money on. Sure. For $1,500. Very cool.
And there's nothing like riding in a chopped car, like a Kaiser. That's the sort of stuff people only think to restore.
Right.
You got any haters out there?
At first, when they hear the idea, they're like, why'd you ruin a Kaiser? But, you know, if I go to a Kaiser meet and park it, they all love it. They come around and look at it, and especially when I explain to them, like, this was a junker to begin with. It was rotted out. I didn't ruin a good car.
Well, it just holds the road nicely. It stays pointed where you send it. And, oh, geez, look at that. I'm over the yellow line, distracted by bystanders.
Showing off, waving to people.
Yeah, I know, like it's my own car.
Yeah, you get comfortable awfully quick, don't you?
I'll take it back to Detroit with me.
So Wes and I were watching TV and we've never seen your show before. And we watched the show and we're just enthralled with it. So I booked us some plane tickets and I surprised him on Tuesday night and said, guess what we're doing this weekend? We're going to Georgia.
I really just thought it was